This is nuts. I just got to the Sally house. This is Quinn. I've been in here 5 seconds, and Sally is communicating with K2 meter. Step towards the K2 meter if... See? Good God! This is insane. So this episode is a continuation of the Twin House investigation, and boy did I get a treat this week. So the house is owned by Ruth and Lowell, and they had 3 kids, and one of the kids doesn't live in town. Well, he happened to be in town, so we got all of the siblings together in the house, along with a couple of their kids, to tell the stories that they've had over the years growing up, living the house, visiting the house, all the different ghost stories of them being there. And the fun thing about this is that it's after I had investigated several times and had hours of footage. So I was able to go back to some of my footage and compare it to what the family said. It was also the family actually popped up because they didn't tell me stories, like I said, and they were very surprised at multiple of the names that I had gotten. I remember when Brian was telling me this, I think it was by text, so unfortunately I don't have it on video, but they all flipped out when I said the name Jeffrey. Um, because Jeffrey was a ghost that they have acknowledged they was in the house since they moved in. The other one was Sharon. There were not any stories given to me about Sharon, told about Sharon. Sharon was Lowell's sister, and there was definitely some animosity there. And Brian, Sharon would have been his grandma, didn't have the most positive relationship with this person, and we didn't discuss them a lot. So when Sharon popped up in the episode, they were both even still talking about it. He gets goosebumps. He's like, "What the heck?" So it was really fun to have validation of things that I had caught, because usually I ghost hunt and it's a good time and then I carry on. But having somebody actually validate why I got this and why I got that was incredible. So enjoy these clips. I'm gonna put the clips of my first investigating together of where I got things, and then add in the stories of the family that I recorded at a later date in the house. You know. Um so enjoy. The family wanted me here and wanted me to talk to you. Can you
In the future.
in the future? But not today?
Sharon.
Is Sharon here?
Heart attack.
No, there's the unicycle. Did somebody here have a heart attack? I was just telling Ruth that I wish I had gotten some of the reactions in the text of some of the, like, when you guys saw the name Jeffrey and Sharon.
Oh, yeah.
Guys, oh my God, that was so cool. I'm like, damn it, why didn't I get that on camera? Yeah. That would have been so cool.
Yeah, I mean, you can probably still get my reaction. Every time I hear it, I flinch a little bit.
Like, right, yeah, that's what I was reading today. I'll try to talk it
into heart attack afterwards, I think.
Heart attack, stroke?
Yeah, she had a stroke, so a heart attack.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Sharon did?
Yep.
Oh,
yeah.
See, I took that. That's when something downstairs wanted me out. And I was taking his threats. I'm like, cool, I'm out. Who is the person that wants me to leave? Is that Sharon? My mom could see stuff. Her mom could see stuff. I experienced stuff. But Mom went crazy Mormon.
Node.
Node, I think he said.
Can you hear it?
Back at the twin house, I'm in the doll room.
Do not.
Do not go in the doll room. I'm gonna go back upstairs. So I wanted to take a second. I know there's something very territorial down here, doesn't like things in their space, but I just wanted to say I made comments about Crazy Mormon, speaking of my mother, um, when I was here. I think maybe the first, second time. Anyway, I said that, and
Mirror.
mirror. I might have offended Sharon. So Sharon is a family member that apparently, um, Sharon is the name I've gotten here, and that's a family member that they had a falling out with, and she was Mormon. So I just wanted to say, if me saying Mormon offended you, Crazy Mormon offended you, I apologize profusely. I did not mean in any way to offend you. I know that I have judgment, shall we say?
Enraged.
I'm sorry. I was raised Mormon, and it didn't go well for me, and because of that, I absolutely know I have somewhat of a prejudice and judgment, and I want to say, first of all, I'm sorry. I need to work on it. Um, so
I come and go.
You come and go. Okay. Well, if that's Sharon and I had offended you, I just want to say I'm sorry, Sharon. I came here to talk to ghosts, not piss anybody off or offend anybody. That's not really cool. So the first several times I had been to the house, I was getting a lot of get out, leave, things of that nature. And I was trying to figure out how to make the spirits feel comfortable or what I could do um, so they were less hostile to me. And then when I had that first initial conversation with Brian, we were talking about Sharon. It turns out that Sharon was very devoutly Mormon. And I thought back to the statement that I made about my mom being crazy Mormon, and I was like, oof, okay. I should have left my judgment at home because I might have really offended Sharon, and that's why I'm getting such hostility. So the next time I was there, I sat and I did a whole apology with Sharon saying that I did not mean to offend her in any way, and that I need to check my own biases at the door, and having a religious trauma does not mean that I should bring that baggage in because it might affect how some spirits react to me. So, very, very interesting after that apology that I stopped feeling that massively hostile and much, much less get out or leave, like almost none. Um, so yeah, a little check to myself and maybe note to, if you want to take that a note if you're investigating, watch your judgments because they might affect things. So this is the backyard area. This area I'm zooming on here is where the grandson Brian looked through that hole there and saw a soldier standing next to the back fence. Without the bush there, he would have been standing right there against the back fence.
So finally, we decided to go out back. And I step out the door, the screen door closes behind me, and no one else has quite come up yet because everyone else has to like put on shoes and stuff. I, for some reason, had mine on. And I get out back, and they cross, and I look up, and there's like a Y in the bush.
Mhm.
And right through the Y, I very clearly see like head and shoulders, like silhouette. And I was like,
But inside the fence?
inside the fence, yeah. And I like froze staring at it. And Matt came out first for some reason. And Matt goes, "What are you?" And he freezes. And I go, "Do you see the guy at the back fence?" And he goes, Is there somebody in the yard?" And I went, "Nope."
Nope.
And then like we almost like saw the rest of the person like kind of
Oh wow.
become, basically. And then I like shook my head and it was done, like gone. And then we started asking questions and stuff, and
Is there a Jeffrey in this room?
Let's see if let's try and go in chronological order. You saw Jeffrey first, right?
Mm-hmm. When she was little, and we found her talking.
And then, but like for me, at first, I like remember feeling like super scared,
Mm-hmm.
and like it felt threatening. But then like over time, it felt like protective and things. But I think it was like it felt like more pokey fun
Mm-hmm.
because I remember I used to cry behind
The washer and
the
dryer.
washer and dryer because I was like, he made fun of me
Yeah.
again, like.
And you're like, I wanted to play with him, and he told me he couldn't, or
Yeah.
he wouldn't play with me, and you'd be so upset.
Yeah.
And did you see someone?
I feel like the whole time living here, even until like older,
Mm-hmm.
it always felt like shadows. Like
Yeah.
I never put a face or
Yeah.
a build or anything.
Yeah.
Like it was always just a shadow.
Are you the first person that came up with the name Jeffrey? Is that where?
Jeffrey predated the house. We knew about Jeffrey when we moved in.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, you were
Yeah.
told Jeffrey.
yeah, we were
Yeah.
told.
Okay.
Yeah, we were told Jeffrey from. Also, I think before they painted the fire, the heater,
The furnace downstairs.
I think that someone had written Jeffrey.
Oh, really?
Or
like
something.
in like, I'm pretty sure that it's.
I feel like there was a story that said somewhere.
Yeah.
It
There was a Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when we were moving in, Mom and Dad bought the house. They had heard a story. They had asked people. I think Mom did.
Terry lived here first.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
her stuff.
Totally, but like when they first got
First
the
bought
house,
the house before Terry.
the people from the neighborhood said that Jeffrey had committed suicide here.
Oh.
I didn't know that part.
Yeah, what?
That-
Yeah.
So Kate and I, or maybe I knew and you found out later, or maybe they told us both, or
I
something.
think you knew first, and then
But
we shared.
The thing that made that moment so profound is that we were always banned from telling Megan
people
about it because they were like, we don't want her to be scared in the new house.
And I
So then she, without any recognition from Mom and Dad or us communicating that,
Then
that's
she brought up
why
Jeffrey.
she was like, tell Jeffrey.
yeah.
You start. Wow. you
Yeah, so
started
she's like,
seeing
tell
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey not to be mean to me. Punk, I want to play.
And it's like to put it in perspective. So I had my first birthday in this house. It was,
Okay.
like as we were moving in.
Yes. So
Yeah,
she,
because I'm 10 years older.
yeah.
than
So
her.
she was
Okay.
when I was 8. He was 10.
Okay.
So
I was not like
Do we know any more about Jeffrey? Like, how old
Mm-mm.
was he when he?
I
What
don't know
year?
anything
No.
about.
nothing.
it
I
felt
don't
like
even know, like-
older, like teens, 20s,
Yeah,
like,
like
or older
20, yeah.
to me. As a kid,
Yeah,
I
it
remember
definitely
thinking it was like an
I
adult.
I felt
All
like
of it
20s.
felt adult energy,
Yeah.
for sure. Because even like later on, like when I was coming back from college, it felt like making sure that I was not a danger to them.
Mhm.
Because I didn't ever really, maybe once here
Mhm.
did I ever feel like something eerie, but I wouldn't even connect it with Jeffrey. It just was I was sleeping in the.
Are you
water.
saying you feel like Jeffrey is protective of females?
Yes,
Mhm.
100%.
Very much.
Just want to make sure I heard that.
Very
Yeah. So
uh-huh.
every time I'd come home, there was like I wouldn't call it hazing, but I would say like just something to be like,
What's your
hey, I'm
intent?
here. I want to know why you're here.
Yeah, I get that a lot. Why are you here?
Mhm.
I hear that almost every time. I'm like, I just want to talk to y'all.
Yeah.
That's it.
And
Yeah.
I've always described the sense of Jeffrey as he's clearly an adult, but I almost see him as though he's crouched.
Yeah.
Like if I sense him, it feels like he's like lower than my eye level, but it doesn't feel like he's like a kid or shorter.
It's just like he's watching
feels
you from
like
a
he's like-
lower vantage.
It feels like he's like,
Watching you
Yeah.
from a vantage.
Mm.
Yeah.
or like quite often it feels like specifically feels more like
Like he's
It
standing
feels like he's afraid of attention
Yeah.
a little bit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
it's always like off,
and
like
if
off to
you-
the side and like lower to the ground, but
Yeah.
an adult, like
Yeah.
clearly an adult. But
That caught me off guard because Brian was
But yeah,
talking
I
about that.
don't know
and
any
his heart started to
history around him.
helps through us.
for like years
Yeah.
later.
We were all-
We
Yeah, we
yeah,
are.
we well, and that's what I feel like as we got like older, like a lot of it felt more like practical jokes
Yeah.
or like playful
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
little bit. Because I remember the carom board.
Oh, the carom board.
The
Yeah, it's this old game where it's like table pool kind of like
Okay.
it has a board and it has like a sort of like it has like a checkerboard pattern on it, but the idea was like you could play multiple games on it. It's like sort of like I don't. They've been around for
Yeah,
like
and they have like
probably over 100
pool
years. They're
pockets,
like old.
so you're like thinking,
Yeah, so there's one where it's
okay.
like a table hockey
Yeah.
where you flick the little disc and they try and get them in the
We had that.
corners.
We had that at Grandma Sheridan's.
Yeah,
yeah.
The mom
Yeah.
night.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I remember I used to get that out and sit in the laundry room because that's when Jeffrey would play with
That
me.
would
Is if
be
I
your
had the
most
carom
connection.
board, and I would sit and like talk to him and.
Y'all still don't have one, do you?
They're probably
It's
one
probably downstairs in the
Yeah.
laundry room.
Yeah, when we're down there, we can poke around and see. I'm
Yeah.
sure it is.
It used
It has to be somewhere. It has to be
behind the
tucked
furnace.
but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
We pull it out all the time.
Yeah, it did used to be behind the fences. Yeah, totally.
So we can look down there.
That's I just remember I would just go sit there by myself in that laundry room on that stupid concrete floor and just
Yeah.
play for hours. Yeah,
We invite you into the GoPro club.
yeah, no, because I wasn't cool enough.
You were the youngest.
Yeah,
You got picked on the most.
Me and Jeffrey just playing carom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeffrey and Johnny Potty.
And then the only other thing I kind of
totally
remember
say that.
is in Dad's room. I have a memory thinking it was with Jeffrey, like
Okay.
on the ceiling, like I used to like point out like, oh, there's like a pistol or whatever, because
Yeah.
like there's stains on the
Yes.
ceiling. And it was like Jeffrey told me that was a gun or a
I'm like,
whatever.
yeah.
like, but I know.
Okay.
Weird.
Yeah.
and-
But I haven't looked at Dad's ceiling
I said
in
you
a long
learned a
time.
lot from Jeffrey. You oftentimes say.
Like,
Well, Jeffrey told me.
yeah, so I don't know, because I used to sit, like, I was stargazing on Dad's waterbed and look up at the ceiling and, like, he'd be like, hey, do you see that? Do you see that? And there's just, like, stains on the...
Yeah.
Where did that ball go? So I placed a ball right between her feet.
Elias.
Where did this ball go? Ah,
I hope.
what do you hope? I mean, if it fell... What'd you do with my cat ball? Was this the same one I had? I swear it wasn't. I swear I put a cat ball right here earlier, and it's gone. If it had fallen, A, I would have heard something,
Sammy.
and B, I would be able to find it. It would have rolled. It would have rolled not far. I mean, there's stuff here everywhere. It couldn't have gone far. Can you make that cat ball go off?
Time.
In time? Or make it disappear again? Because that was a crazy trick. I should have been able to find that or hear that. Oh, hey. There it is. Did you knock this cat ball off?
Dave.
Dave?
He told me.
He told you what? He told you knocked it off? Well, my K2 has grown legs. I really hope you guys stole it. I really do, because that would be just fucking cool.
In November on Thanksgiving, I had a boyfriend die. He lost control of a car 2 days prior, and he and his best friend went down the side of a small hill after he lost control of the car. He lived until Thanksgiving, died Thanksgiving morning.
Oh.
And when that happened, obviously I was in a very emotional, vulnerable state.
Really?
And so things started happening, like he would always untie my shoes. So like everywhere I went, my shoes would come untied.
Yeah.
And then finally when I did start dating, you brought this up. Anything that a new person gave me would disappear.
Ooh, jealous.
So like I would be getting ready to go to a dance and the dress that I laid out would be gone.
Was that when you were in this house?
Yes.
Because I had...
It's downstairs in the
Yep, in the doll room.
In the doll room is where I've had stuff disappear twice.
So that used to be my bedroom.
What's his name?
His name was Israel.
Okay. That's who steals stuff.
Yes. So
That is very close to the thing that the distorted voice said when the cat ball disappeared in the video. It said a name that all of us kept every time we've heard it, we flinched a little bit.
Yeah.
And we kept attributing it to Ezekiel.
Yeah, which.
But it's not
I
Ezekiel.
remember real.
It's-
Yeah.
But I
So like
I don't know if it's the same name, but I kept flinching because it sounded
And so,
very
like,
similar to
it would
that.
be like little things like that where it'd be like flowers that got brought in would be crushed. Any dresses that I would wear would come up missing, and then like a week after it would happen, I'd come in and it would be perfectly laid out on the bed. Like it was like, okay, you can have it back now, because now it's no longer it was no longer me going to dance or going anywhere else. And I'd ask my mom and my dad, they're like, no, we didn't even know it was missing.
So that's
And
who
so
steals
things,
stuff.
so like things like that would happen constantly.
Any other ones?
What year is it?
It is 2026, if you can believe it. This is the red room, peak room.
Close.
Were you just walking? Right when it said close, I heard footsteps behind me. I don't know this house well enough to know
Bad. Mary.
if the...
Cleared.
Weird. If the floor creaks, it probably does.
And then the other one was I was home, I was sleeping on the couch here, and I heard footsteps come through the. This is when I was like Jeffrey was like really trying to figure out who I was and what I was doing here. Like I heard footsteps come across the floor and then sort of pause like around this area. And then it just like walked past, like I woke up and it was kind of like a sense of like, that's what it was trying to accomplish, was like it wanted me to wake up. So then I woke up and it went to the front door and there used to be blinds in the door. And it just ran it like what I would say, a finger up and down the blinds until I was like, oh, Jeffrey, it's me. I used to live here. I just want to like let you know I'm going to be here. And thanks for watching my sisters. And then it just slowly stopped and walked away. And then that was that. That's I didn't really have as much experience as these guys.
Can I?
I know I'm overtired, but I'm tearing up just a little bit.
Yeah. Whereas a little less, like they were here a lot, but not living here. So
Right.
then
Yeah.
It's like they got experience. Like she experiences the crying girl downstairs and she's talked about this
I
since
barely
she
know
was little. She's always been. She used to stand down there and like look into the furniture room from like the time she could like walk
Just
and go talk about the crying girl.
Well, the first time I heard the crying girl story was after I took this picture.
Listen.
Because I was like freaked out. Like I started noticing, like being here with college and stuff. I had friends over all the time that would come down, and I started noticing that as they would come downstairs, they would be like looking at my door, and then right as they would get to like where the hallway is for the furnace, they would look at the opposite corner before entering my room. Like they always would look away from it. And I was like, that's really weird. And I brought it up to Brendan, and Brendan was like, well, I like that hallway. I don't know. Of course you do. Shut up, Brendan. Because Brendan
Spirit.
like refuses that any of this stuff exists. The only thing that I've ever gotten him to admit is happening is stuff disappearing in the doll room.
In my
It's the only thing that he agreed upon is that things would go missing and they would eventually come back, sometimes twice. It would that was the only thing I've ever gotten to him to like admit happened.
Have to crawl under.
But one night I was like walking and I just I froze because it felt like somebody was just standing there, and so I looked and I had this not necessarily scared, but I was frozen, I was in a hard staring contest. And so I slowly reached into my pocket, pulled out my phone, took that picture, and as soon as I took the picture, I felt my muscles relax, and I walked into the room and I was like, hey, do you see anything in this? And Brendan goes,
No.
It's the furnace room. And I went, thank you, Brendan. Q, and Q was like, oh, I don't know, I just put it away.
Just don't like it.
Yeah. I was like, you don't like it? And he goes, I don't know, man, and tried to brush it off. And then since then I've showed people the picture, and some people have a reaction, some people don't. But I showed her, she goes, oh, that's the girl, the crying girl by the furnace, and I was like, the crying girl by the furnace? And she goes, yeah, the girl that's by the furnace that cries a lot. I was like, what are you talking about? So
yeah, I don't know. Just the hallway feels really scary. There's just a guy in the hallway that if you step down there, he's he runs to come and get you. He wants to. It is there was this girl by the furnace that was also
Keys.
really afraid. And so anytime you were afraid, she would be come over here. And then if you went over and touched a girl by the furnace, it was she was protecting you, and then the guy couldn't hurt you anymore. So it was always when you entered that room, it was her being you're gonna be safe in there. And then she just hides by the furnace, and she cries, and she's just really
Watch her.
so,
That's so weird.
Do you know what color hair?
No, I just want to.
Like when we.
Yeah, I mean, it did feel like a big room when we were little, for sure.
Oh.
Very hard
Oh,
Look.
when we were little.
Oh.
Less reminiscing in here. It's okay with us reminiscing.
Yep, that was cute. So I'm in Denver in the Highlands in the basement of the house next to the cool old, it was coal, it's been reverted to gas. Sadness. It said haze. Yeah, there's already fires. We're breaking record about how little snow, pack and snow and rain and all that we've had, and there's already fires. Near Boulder. Leash tomorrow.
Rosary beads.
Rosary beads. You want me to pray? There's some football shit. Look. You heard it again. I think it's the chair.
There's 5. Damage.
There's 5. Are there 5 ghosts in this house?
I don't know if it means anything, but we always jokingly, like when we don't have anything to say, we'll 7. We'll just say 7.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to go like nod left, phrase 7 fear.
The last time I was here, it said 8. Like I don't know how many times.
Really?
And you said you think there's 8 ghosts. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still looking through that footage.
Yeah, there was at one point where it said 3. No, 5. It said 5, and you said, "Is there 5 ghosts in here?" And it said 8, and I was like, "Yeah, that's like that's like the number we got too." Shit.
You're nodding, that's reference to Sandy. That's what Grumpy used to call Sandy.
I'm gonna turn Seer on while I think 7-ish, 10-ish. Well, a creepy old man with a bloody, murderous knife. That's not nice. 46. I'm gonna ask one more time. Would anybody mind if I slept here and stayed either in the green room or the red room? Okay, that immediately showed me red. Are you telling me you want me to stay in the red room?
Sure.
Jesus. Okay. Well, they said I could stay in the red room, and here I am. I'm in the red room. The Wonder Pibble is with me. Is gonna ghost hunt with me tonight. And yeah, so we're gonna sleep over in the red room and see what happens. So come back for the 3rd installment of the Twin House to see how my night went.